Our pond where we put our hybrid bluegill last year has evaporated down to where I feel like I should add some water, so we're gonna set our pump behind this pond and draw out of our lake and refill what's gone out of here. Don't want our fish to dehydrate.
I think you can tell by looking over there, right in there, where the water levels dropped like, well, it's hard to tell on a slope. At least 2 feet, maybe 30 inches. And yeah, I guess right down here where Molly is, you can see that used to be underwater. That's a bucket out there upside down. It's probably the bucket that we used last year to put the end of the hose in and never got it back out again. You can see the duckweed is trying to grow along here. There's a lot of pollen and oak tree flowers all over the water in this pond and in the other pond. Beyond there, if you can see the water, is the big lake where our house is above there, and then that's where we're going to pump the water and put it over into here.
Gotta take the bucket down to put the suction end of the pump hose into. I put a rock in it so it'll kind of stay in place and not float away and turn my hose loose. Now I have another bucket to prime the pump with, and so we got to get it down there. And
sump pump there. No, that's not a sump pump. That's just a water pump.
Right.
And a big hose.
I'll have to find my blue hose for the exhaust hose to run over the bank and fill the little pond again. I don't know where it is, but I think it's around this little pond somewhere. So we'll just have to go hunting when I get the pump set.
Here we are. I'm about to go off into tick territory. It's tick season really bad here right now, and so I expect I better check myself real close when I get back out.
Watch out, Molly. Watch out, Molly. Well, I'll put a bucket with the suction hose in it and with a rock in it to hold it in place. And we use the bucket so the pump doesn't suck up mud into our pump part. And it'll keep it pretty well clean that way.
I don't know if you can see, but right there is a big log under the water that's down on the bottom.
I saw that.
It's got so waterlogged it sank.
Probably one of those we couldn't find last year.
Okay, back up the hill to get the grease and something else. I already forgot. What was the other thing? A drill. To hook up the blue lay flat thing to pump the water over into the pond. Okay, he's squirted out a little grease on that oil can, and there's the drill. So I'm back down the hill. Sort out that tangle of hose there. One end is going to get hooked onto the, there's your grease and your drill. One end is going to get hooked onto the pump down there, and the other end is going to go over the bank and into the little pond.
I put a little dab of grease on the fitting before I put the flexible pipe on because it makes the pipe go on a lot easier most of the time.
Guy's not afraid to get down in the mud and get dirty.
Not much choice.
Whatever it takes to get the job done. And then the challenge of getting that on there, which is usually hard.
Quite the grease up.
But after the thing sits out in the open for quite a while, it seems like it shrinks. That's not far enough yet, is it?
Yeah, a little.
I'm here trying to get this hose pulled up here and straight. And hold the camera. Get see if I can get it pulled across here.
We got everything down to priming the pump now and see if we can get things to work.
Took the cap off that little hole there where the water has to be poured. He's got to get some water, good clean water in the bucket. This is what he's doing, is priming the pump. And so he's going to put the water down in that hole, fill it up. And then the tough part.
You see the cap? I thought I put it right there.
Oh gosh, what'd you do with the cap?
There's a booger.
Okay. Now, do it again. Fill it up till it's overflowing. And then put the cap on as quick as you can to hold the water in there.
To hold the vacuum.
And it creates a vacuum, okay. We hope. Sometimes this works better than others. How about that? Start the first hole. Yep, that hole, there's a kink right there. There's a kink. So that's filled up with water, which is a major deal. What? Okay, back up. You can see it bubbling out there. So pull the other end to pull the kink out. Oh, that made a lot of difference. Okay, we got a straight line, and it's under the pressure of this water, this hose kind of takes a life of its own and flops around like it's a living being. We still have a hole right there that we're going to have to do. We've got the thing running. We do have that leak there, but we've got it directed so that it just sprays right into the pond, which might be kind of good, that it puts some oxygen in the water and it's not going to eat a hole into the bank of the dam. But the main hose is going down into the water there. You can see how it's making everything all cloudy, stirring up the mud. But we'll run a tank. He said he thinks it's going to take about 4 tanks to put the level of the water back up to where it needs to be.